Hi there, beautiful souls watching. Welcome and thank you. I'm Gabrielle, retired medium in Germany, and I like to share some of my otherworldly experiences and insights. So this one is about the placebo effect. But before I start, I have to share something funny because there's a little overlap from the tribe video I made. You know, you think I'm a medium and I get everything. No, I don't. I'm more or less just learning like all of you are. And I had the tribe video on my little list, but it was kind of further down the road. And I felt the energy amping up within me. And then maybe for 1 week or so, I felt inside and had the line of a song, an old 80-year-old song, not even my kind and style of music, but nevertheless, I had these two lines in my head popping up again and again and again. And that, dear ones, is one of the ways that spirit worlds also talk to us. And it took me a while to get it. After I got it, then I thought, oh, okay, it's about the tribe video. That's now to be kind of right in time, because I don't know the divine timing. I know it exists and they work with that, but I don't know when it's the right time for this or for that. So I also have to learn and sometimes to ask. It's always a good idea to ask your heart, your soul, or spirit world. But then you have to become still to receive the answer. If you keep on chatting with your monkey mind, the small voice of your soul or your higher self sometimes can't get through this monkey chatter mind. Okay, so the line of the song, now I really have to sing here before my video about the placebo. The line of the song was the following. We are family. I've got all my sisters with me. We are family. I've got all my sisters with me. So doesn't that match wonderfully with the tribe video and the content? But it took me a week to get that. And they were coming again and again and again until I got it, because they, the spirit world, your souls, never let you down. Know this. So now, the placebo effect. You might have heard about that. It's usually in a scientist's lab test set up, the control group, to show what they expect, like in the double slit experiment, the observer position. And they had several groups to whom they gave several pills, and no one in the group knew what kind of pill, what's in there, and so on. That's the setup of a scientific lab test. So they gave to some groups pills with a substance in it, in various or differing amount, and sometimes also mixed with something else they thought was good for the healing they intended to create via the substance in the pill. And the control group, they got a pill with just nothing in there. And the scientists, a bit short-sighted, expected that this group would not show any effect at all. Oh, how they were wrong. I even heard Cryon talk about this. And by the way, that's one of the channels my own opinion, we can agree to disagree. I really feel he's quite pure and clean, and I love this man. He's just wonderful, and he brings out very pure and good information, and I also love Cryon for all what he's doing. So, thank you, Lee Carroll and Cryon. He also talked about the placebo effect. Because this effect is showing what's really going on and happening. The group that got pills with nothing in it showed healing effects because they believed there is a substance in the pill that might heal them. So this is proving, like it is already written in the Bible, that belief can move mountains. And it does, if you know how to use it. So the control group showed only because the people believed in an imagined effect of a substance they didn't know and thought that this was in the pill, but there was nothing in there. This shows that our belief is so powerful and we have no idea of our own power because we are numbed down and fed since eons with false beliefs and programmed to think that we are little and small and nothing and cannot do or change the world or anything and so on. This is all wrong. Even the ETs I'm in contact with told me, you have no idea of your real power. And that's the power of the soul. And a false belief can have the same effect if you think, and we are here to learn to master thought and emotion, which is energy in motion, aka our feelings, that kind of load our thoughts with energy, and then they go out manifesting what we created. So it's more or less the creative power of the divine soul that only few people understand and know how to use. Just yesterday they made me stumble across a video on Alex Ferrari's Next Level Soul podcast with Billy Carson. He's one of the few who has a lot of knowledge. He did his homework. He researched on his own. He's a person that wants to know. So he's following his passion and he's digging and digging and digging deep. And I also think that he's one of the pure ones, the Elohim mentioned in one of the last channelings. And he's bringing good information and he's talking about the same theme. And I only can say, wow, that interview was so eye-opening and confirming to everything I had learned up to now, and I'm still learning because it never ends. You never are kind of ready and finished, because just try to imagine if you are ready and finished, what are you going to do then? Just sitting around, chilling, doing nothing? After a few hours, days, or weeks, that gets so boring that you long for something to do. And just try to imagine if you had all your wishes and needs fulfilled. Your house, your boat, your car, whatever, even if it's only material. I'm aiming for other things. Just try to imagine everything is fulfilled. there is no more longing, no more wishes. What are you going to do then? Well, to me, it dawned that if I have everything, know everything, and would be able to do everything, and there is no need and nothing, no longing, no wishes, I would love to go out and help the ones who are still in need, who are still seeking, who are still longing for whatever it is. And I would share with them what I can share, a bit of knowledge, some experiences or energy, some kind words, whatever. And that is exactly what spirit world is doing, at least the higher ups, the higher frequency beings, like, for example, the Arcturians, who are the blue beings. Just think of the Indian god Shiva with his blue skin, or some experience the contact with the blue beings like just seeing kind of geometric patterns that are radiating blue light. Others really see forms and shapes. Joe Dispenza is quite known that some people saw blue beings in his workshops, helping and healing the participants of the workshop. So there you get an idea about what you do in the higher realms if you have everything fulfilled. You go out and help and share. So, but the most important message I wanted to convey today is about the placebo effect. We are powerful. And I'm not talking to the egos who try to grab for spiritual knowledge and abuse it. There's a funny little story about Wayne Dyer. He was meditating once, and then he started to levitate a little bit. And the moment a thought came into his head, like, oh, I could show that at the Tonight Show. Boom, he was back to the ground, and it never happened again. I like that story because I had experiences like that taught me that spirit world gives back what you put out, another cosmic law. So if you put out your ego wish, I want to be famous, I want to be rich, I want to be this and that, or, oh, I can show levitation in the Tonight Show. This is abuse of divine power because you only use it for yourself, to be famous, to be seen on the Tonight Show or whatever, and you don't use it for all that is and others. There is this fine line between service to self and service to others. And they give you a little bit here and there from the spirit world, kind of like a test, and watch and see what are you doing with it. If you abuse it, you show you're not yet ready, although you might think in your head, oh, I'm so ready. Yes, I heard that 1,000 times, and most of the people who say it are not ready. It's more the people who don't say it, they are ready. And there's no need to speak it out. They feel it, and they just act upon what they feel. Because the currents in spiritual terms is action. How do you act upon what you get? Now you got that your belief is powerful and can move mountains, and you can heal yourself just by your belief. There's always kind of the other side of the medal as well. if you believe wrong things, well, then you manifest the wrong things. So you have to have a look at your belief system and your beliefs. And mostly it's starting with very simple things, just like use your sense of feeling. That's the starting point, for example, for a clear sentient medium to start to learn and explore that sense. And you can have a little play and games with that, just go to the supermarket with the question inside, which fruit or which vegetable, what kind of food is good for me? And you don't even have to touch the fruit. You can just stretch out your consciousness and feel into the fruit or the vegetable and ask questions. If you ask the question, is that apple good for me, or is that banana or whatever good for me? Might not be good for your neighbor, because we are all individuals in God's diverse and colorful zoo here on earth. And it is meant like that. We are not meant to be all the same. No one is like you or like me or like anyone else. You exist only one time. You are unique. And everybody has special gifts and special unique talents that just wait to be explored and to be trained or played with to understand more about it. So you can use your day-to-day life to do kind of some of the mediumship exercises that trainers of mediumship do with their mediumship trainees in workshops. You don't need a teacher. You are your own teacher. Your teacher is in your heart. It's your own soul. You only have to learn to discern this small voice of the soul, because the soul is of the light and will never overstep your free will. It will always show respect of the free will. The counter side, the counter force, the dark ones or ego people, psychopaths and sociopaths and narcissists, they don't respect and obey the first cosmic law, free will. They overstep your boundaries, and then it's up to you to defend yourself and say, no, not further. I don't feel okay with that. I don't want that. I don't like that. And if you don't do it, well, then you're kind of calling out, I play the victim, come and be the perpetrator and harm me or suck my energy or do whatever you like with me. So, I want to leave it there. Start to believe in yourself, because this is how it is meant. And you can have your little exercises and try out your psychic senses and learn more about that just by finding out what food is good for me, or take a letter from your letterbox. Don't look at the sender. Don't start thinking about it. Just take it in your hands. You can hold it in front of your third eye if you feel like, or in front of your solar plexus, your gut feeling, where the intuition is usually housing, or your heart as well. And just feel into it. What do you get from that letter? What is in there? And ask the question, I want to know what's in the letter. And then become still and receive an answer, which is usually the first impression before the head starts coming in and talking you out of it. And I did that as well. And funny thing, I picked a letter, and when I kind of wanted to know what's inside, I saw columns and numbers, and my head was already thinking, oh, another bill or tax or whatever. And then I opened the letter, And in there was some money I got back from the tax. So the kind of columns and numbers were right. But I misinterpreted, oh, what a word, sorry, you know what I mean, I can't speak out that word. Oh, that's so funny. I'm so happy that God invented humor, because without it, you can't get through this crazy world. So it's also good to laugh, because laughter is a very high frequency, and if you're able to laugh about yourself, you're really on the good side. So I did not get it right because I listened to my head. Again, that happens to me as well. But the first impression, seeing columns and numbers, was right. So you can do a lot of little exercises. Just try it out and have some fun. It's like a child exploring the world. The child in the beginning does not know anything. Although the first example always are the parents, and what kind of example are they living in front of the eyes of a child? So what are they teaching to their children by that, by their mindset or their attitude, or repeating the false sentences they got from their parents because they all didn't know better? But now it's time for us to know better and have our own impressions and find out what feels good, what feels right for me, and how does it feel, and what kind of food is good for me, what's in the letter, or touch an item in your living room that's sitting there since years and has its own little story. Just take it in your hands, close your eyes, and feel into it. Everything is conscious, even your living room table. The quantum scientists tell us now that even your living room table from wood is consciousness and is full of empty space. And that's where consciousness is. Everywhere within you, around you, and in all that is. So connect with this consciousness. You are part of that, and you can get informations from that and data and good hints. That's how spirit world talks to you every day, and they never give in. Even if you don't listen, they come again and again and again, because they never let us down. So I stop here right now, and I hope you find something valuable or helpful, get some new ideas. Thank you very much for watching, dear beautiful souls. Love, light, and blessings onto your path. Bye.